Ready?
All right, Mama. Here she goes in for the taste test.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a little bit of
Everything.
Oh, good.
You like it?
I once was lost, oh, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Welcome to Built on Faith Homestead. Today we got an interesting one for you. As you can see, right back off over here, we got the grill lit up. My wife is inside canning. She's canning some green beans and pepper rings and a few other things. She's going to be producing all kinds of heat inside today. She's using the entire stovetop. And we are trying to make a late lunch, early dinner type supper tonight. And so I'm going to cook it on the smoker or on the grill while she is doing that inside while she is canning to help with some of the heat. And she don't got room on the stovetop anyhow. And we're going to use some of our homemade stuff today and make what should be a fairly healthy meal for us that we can eat about as much of it as we want and be all good. And so we're going to make it on the smoker, something a little different. This isn't going to be your traditional hamburgers or hot dogs or ribs or pork butt or any of that kind of stuff. We are going to make stuffed mushroom in a marinara type sauce, kind of like your stuffed shells, but instead of shells, we're going to use mushrooms, and we're going to do it all on the wood cooker out here while she's canning green beans and pepper rings. So if that's something that interests you, I encourage you to come along with us today and check it out. All right, y'all. So my light's not the best in the world. I'm not sure what it's going to look like when I play it back. But all we have in this cast iron skillet right now is some sauteed onion. Got it sauteed up in some butter. And then I've got some crushed tomatoes that we canned ourselves. These are actually from 2 years ago. Except for we did have half a quart jar left over the other day. And so I dumped them in here too. But we got some canned tomatoes and some sauteed onion. I'm going to put some other stuff in it. Some garlic, a little salt, pepper, sugar. Just a little bit of sugar, not much. It doesn't need much, but it does help the flavor by putting just a dash of sugar in it. Italian seasoning, basil, some other stuff like that. We'll let it cook down and get all the flavor. The secret to a good sauce like this is time. And so we'll get it all cooked down. I will say, you can see some of the onions got a little extra caramelized. When you are cooking over wood like this, you have to really pay attention to what you're doing. And you have to understand that you don't have a dial to turn. That sounds very obvious. But most people my age or younger have no idea what it's like to cook over wood. But that's okay. Those are not burnt, by the way. They are caramelized, as they might say, but not burnt. And they will be very good in our sauce. So we'll get that cooking. I'm going to put the seasonings in it that I'm going to put in there. We'll show you guys real quick. So here we are. Italian seasoning. I like some extra basil, a little extra parsley. And then over here, I've got sugar. I'm not putting near that much sugar in it. I just got me a scoop of sugar inside. Salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Also some garlic, minced garlic we'll put in there. We are big garlic fans at our household. We got these little spice jars off of Amazon. We really like them. Up over our stove. They're glass. They're really handy. They come with these little caps and the little lids. And we really like them. Real precise measurements here. Got to remember to play the wind. There's the Italian seasoning. Begin to stir it in just a little bit. Wish you guys had smelly YouTube. You could already begin to smell how good this is smelling. Alright, basil. Once again, you got to play the wind here. A little bit of basil. About yay much. A little bit of wood ash blowing around, that'll just help the flavor. You know, it blows me away when I think about cooking like this. We think of this as a novelty, as something special and different. It was not that many years ago. This was not that. This was just cooking. A little bit of parsley. Not near as much of that, but a little bit in there. I'll show you how much sugar. It's not going to be all that much, but a little sprinkle of sugar. See there? That's all we put in there. We'll put our salt and pepper and garlic powder blend in here. Got it going. So again, give it a good stirring. Now we'll put in our minced garlic. I typically throw the minced garlic in the onions about the time they get done, because it does taste a little better, but I'm not gonna lie, I forgot. And so we'll still get that good garlic flavor. We are garlic junkies here at our house. We all like it a lot. We like to eat pickled garlic just out the jar. We'll stir that in. Once again, I'm not sure what it's really gonna look like. It looks funky in this light, but I'm not sure what it'll play back as. But we'll stir that up and we'll let that begin to cook down. All right, so you ever make a mistake? I made a mistake. In full disclosure, this was not the plan today. The plan was not to cook this outside. The plan was to make it inside, but then as we realized how much canning we were going to be doing today, how much heat we were already going to be pumping in the house, we wanted to go ahead and cook this outside. Plus, we knew we wasn't going to have stovetop really available. I forgot the burger. Now, this is just store-bought burger. In fact, the local grocery store here close to us sells what's called Boston Burger, which is a beef and pork mix, which is what we're using here. I forgot to brown the burger. Now, in a perfect world, I would have browned the burger in this pan right here that my sauce is in a perfect world. And then I would have built the sauce around the browned burger, but I forgot. Now, I'm browning this burger here, and we'll get it browned. And then what we will do is we will dump the burger from here to here into this sauce. I was so focused on getting the flavors developed in the sauce and hurrying up and getting the heat going on it that I forgot about the burger meat. So we're gonna get this burger going. My new wood that I just put in just caught fire. We'll get this burger going and get it browned up and dumped over. Guys, this is yet another reason why if you do some research on Teflon. Teflon is some terrible stuff, terrible chemicals. You're getting enough chemicals. We are doing all we can to avoid chemicals, extra chemicals in our food, and we still are getting way more than I would like to. And so we have gotten away from Teflon. We cook almost exclusively in cast iron or stainless steel or something like that, our granite ware pots, stuff like that. But the cast iron, for sure, I can put it right on the grill. And man, it's nice. It works really well. But we'll get this burger browned up and dumped over into our sauce. You can see how our sauce is already thickened up, right? And this is all gonna have that flame, toasted, smoked, a little bit of smoke flavor in it. This is gonna be some delicious stuff. Our burger's brown and nice. We got some nice hot temperatures going here around this flame. The burger's still frozen. That's how unprepared we were for this. And so, don't get your hand too close to the flame. It will get you. Well, we're getting it cooking. We have, traditionally, that last year we lived in our old house and had a big garden, and the garden was successful, and we were doing a lot of canning. This year, we've had a lot of stuff given to us, which is why we've been doing so much canning. Our garden is finally starting to come on a little bit, but not great. But I did a ton of cooking outside because we can inside. And so I know some people that can outside. We are not there, and we're not going to be there for as long as we're in the current location that we're in. We're not ready to can outside, but we can definitely cook outside and can inside. So that's what we're doing. get this burger meat browned up, and we'll catch up to you guys. All right, y'all. So that same pan I was browning burger in, the burger got browned, and I put it in the saucepan, and I put a little bit of it in the bottom of the pan. Now we've got our stuffed mushrooms. These are just cream cheese stuffed, overly stuffed mushrooms, because we had a little too much cream cheese, so I just kind of plopped it on top. But those are the mushrooms stuffed with cream cheese, and that cream cheese has got mozzarella cheese in it, salt or pepper, Italian seasoning, some of that everything bagel seasoning. I got some more shredded mozzarella here. We just buy blocks of cheese and shred it ourselves. It's usually cheaper. And we'll put the sauce on top of these mushrooms, and put some more mozzarella cheese on top of all of that, and we'll put it back in the smoker. All right, guys, here it is on the smoker. Just gotta let that cook now a while, let it all come together. You guys have all seen those like catch, cook, clean, eat videos, right? And I really like them because on something I'm actually really passionate about is getting people to use stuff like that, stuff you can go hunt and fish and those kinds of things. This is kind of similar to that, but with the garden. We grew those tomatoes, we preserved those tomatoes, and now we are cooking with those tomatoes. This is how gardens really, you begin to use a garden to help your grocery bill, is by preserving that stuff and then using that stuff. All we did was crush tomatoes, canned them up, and then with a little bit of forethought, understanding you're gonna have to make the sauces and those kinds of things. But if you just have the crushed tomatoes, then they're more versatile. You can do more things with them. So this is kind of like a garden, pick, preserve, cook with it 2 years later. All right, guys, we will catch up with you here in just a little bit. Guys, here it is done. Take it in, let the family eat our stuffed mushrooms, replacement for stuffed shells, lower carb, not eating the pasta, and we'll take it in, let everybody give it a try.
Ready?
All right, Mama, here she goes in for the taste test.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a little bit of
Everything.
Oh, good.
You like it? So, this may be too quick to ask. Do you like it better with pasta shells, even though we can't eat them? Or do you like it better with mushrooms?
So I always love pasta, like, I always have, but
Right.
it's really, really good. It has a different, like, the texture of the mushrooms kind of fills that, you know, for me, that little bit of,
Pasta.
yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff, huh? What do you think, Bobo?
Is it good?
Huh? So it is really, really good. It's good stuff. Absolutely delicious. Once again, right? Grow it, preserve it, use it. Some 2 years later, some of that tomato, crushed tomato stuff. I told Melissa that my only fear with it is that the first time we ever made it, we put it on the smoker, and we were going to want that flavor in there. It's fun to make different stuff on the wood cooker for me. Don't get me wrong, I still like my ribs and steak and all that good stuff, but it's fun to make something a little bit different on there every once in a while. And so this is a hit, I do believe. So while I was cooking that outside, Melissa got 2 big old quarts of banana pepper rings and 3 quarts of green beans canned up. So that's gonna wrap this video up. Like we said earlier, she was canning in here how to do a canner, or not a full canner, but how to do those green beans and then those pepper rings. And by the time you got all the sauces and pots and all that going, it was full, putting a lot of heat in the house by doing that. So we did the cooking outside, part of this whole working together thing that we try to do. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you on the next video.